Tonight, in a world exclusive, the Groovy Gang bring you an interview with Miss Helen Back, number one groupie to the rock star, Ben Jon Bovi.
Hi Helen.
Hi Susie, good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you for taking the time to have a quick chat with me about the world of being with Ben, basically. So, how long have you been his sort of number one groupie, shall we say?
Well, I've known Ben for about 20 years. Only been with him about 18.
Right. So how did you actually get together in the first place?
Well, we were at a concert. I was right down the front. Ben spotted me and threw his scarf, so he had an excuse to come over. And then when he came over, he sort of said, "Look, go down the side, come around the back afterwards. He'll let you in." Right. And rest was history.
Oh really? You just sort of like clicked, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Okay, so have you met his wife, Magenta?
On occasion.
Yeah, and I mean obviously you're quite a fixture in his life. So you're one of the women, obviously Magenta's the other. Apart from all the other groups he may have. But I don't know how many he has now, because you're basically the main one, aren't you?
I'm always with Ben at his concerts, so...
Right, so you make sure that no one else tries to get in there, do you?
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot of, all the social media and things today, an awful lot, the life of the groupie has changed. It's now about it always was about getting attention, but now it really is about getting attention. They're more interested in getting themselves in the spotlight and promoting themselves into a career of their own.
Right.
But, so, I mean, he's fairly wise to that. He knows...
But you're not into that that's not why you're there then? What is your relationship with him really then? How would you describe it?
It is a relationship. It's we just have fun together. We enjoy it. We don't sort of have plans to do the get married and settle down thing, at the moment, but who knows?
Well, the thing is, you can't do that yet, can you, anyway, because he's married to Magenta.
He is, yes.
So how do you see the future for you and Ben going forward?
Bright. We will be out on tour again. Loved being on tour. Seeing him on stage every night is just fantastic.
But I mean relationship-wise, with just the two of you, because, I mean, let's be honest, you're not getting any younger, and, well, nobody is, let's face it, and, you're the number one groupie, but are you not worried about these younger girls coming in and trying to take your place?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I've known Ben a long time. I know everything about him. I know who he is, and what we have is something special.
So you don't think he could be tempted by a younger model? So do you never come across Magenta then at all? Do you ever meet her at a gig ever, or?
She doesn't come to the gigs now. She used to a little bit in the early days.
Right, so she knows about you, I presume, yeah? So doesn't that cause a bit of tension, or?
We virtually live separate lives. There's only the odd occasion when we do have to meet her, and we're relatively polite. So
basically, you respect each other's role, then, do you, in the world of Ben, basically? Yeah. Okay.
Well, Ben, you see, Ben feels guilty. I mean, you probably remember all of the papers at the time.
You tell me about it.
He and Magenta were on a motorbike. They were travelling along quite fast. Ben had been drinking, and obviously they ended up having an accident, and Magenta suffered an awful lot of trauma, and now she can't have children. So he feels responsible for her, and Ben's a good man. He likes to see his responsibilities through.
So you're saying then, almost, if I'm right, you're suggesting that he's with her purely out of pity, would you say? Whereas you're the love of his life.
Pity's the wrong word.
Duty?
Duty.
Right, but not a love thing. You don't think he loves her then?
I don't see that, no. I don't see him in love with her.
Is that because that's what you want to see, though?
No, I don't think so. We just never really talk about it much, so...
Right. Okay. So how do you get on with his manager, Sharon?
Sharon. She's okay.
How does she fit into the proceedings, sort of thing?
Well, Sharon's obviously relaunching his career.
Right.
During the period up to then, we haven't seen a lot of her, to be honest. So she's come in and she's started organising things and telling everyone what to do.
I take it you're not that keen then, by the sounds of it.
Well, I mean, it's a big change in lifestyle.
Right.
We've always been able to do whatever we want to do, and now all of a sudden, everything is scheduled.
Oh, I see.
But you know it's what's necessary, and so it's a pain we're going through.
So do you spend all your time with Ben? I mean, even when he's not on the road? I mean, do you live with him, or do you have a place where he comes to visit you, or how does it actually work?
Well,
What percentage of time do you spend with him compared, say, with Magenta?
well, that's. He spends a lot of time with me. We spend a lot of time out. We go out on a night. We go out for meals. We go out drinking. He sometimes stays. He sometimes goes home.
So he does go home to Magenta occasionally, does he? So then, Helen, how would you describe the relationship that you have with Ben? What would you say you are his? Are you his number one
his
groupie? His partner?
Groupie is something that I think you need to drop.
Right.
We've been in a relationship for nearly 18 years.
Yeah.
A groupie is someone who comes along, has sex, goes home. That is not who I am.
But you're not married to him, are you? He has got a wife.
He has got a wife, yes. But
So you're at the very least his mistress.
listen, I think this conversation's gone far enough. You're getting a little bit intrusive now.
And also his wife,
I'm sorry, this is
Magenta.
over. This is over.